Hello everyone, and recently I just watched the movie Limitless. No, I mean the movie Lucy, and it's a lot like Limitless. Why do I say these movies are super similar? Because they both evolve around the premise of unlocking all brain power, I guess, by using a drug. So both movies have a drug that makes you super smart, but both movies also mention in the trailer that we only have 10% of our brain, 20% of our brain.
You know how they say that we can only access 20% of our brain? This lets you access all of it.
It is estimated most human beings only use 10% of the brain's capacity. Imagine if we could access 100%.
And now no drug super brain movie is not complete if the people in the movie that's taking the drugs learn a different language like in a day.
Since when do you speak Italian?
Since when did you start writing Chinese?
Since an hour ago.
Last but not least, there's probably more, but I can go on for days. They both start with L, the letter L. Lucy and Limitless. Can you say Illuminati? So, this movie, Lucy's kind of similar, like same foundation of the movie Limitless, but these movies, in my opinion, totally split off. One's really good and one's really bad. And the bad one, sad to say, is Lucy, and I'll tell you why. And here's my review of the movie. The first 10 minutes of it is really interesting. It kind of hooked me in. It's a little different vibe, and it's like, it's awesome, and I liked it a lot, kind of. But in this movie, the first 10 minutes is the best 10 minutes. And it slowly just, from there, and it got, by the end of it, it was like, that's how it ended. What the WTF? And this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen that I paid for, but there's a lot of I have a lot of good things to say about this. I'm glad they used a lot of foreign actors. There's not that many Americans in this movie, but I kind of liked it because it's not in America. It's like in Taiwan. They're in France for a little bit. They move around, but they got, and like I said, the first 10 minutes was a really great movie. What problems with it? There's a lot of plot holes in it, and if you don't want to know these plot holes, because there could be spoilers, go watch the movie real quick and come back here or do something, because I don't know if these are spoilers, but I guess they could be spoilers. I might do spoilers, and people don't like spoilers, and yeah. See, in the movie Limitless, he got super smart, super smart, and he could remember everything that he ever learned in his entire life, and or looked at or whatever. But in the movie Lucy, she becomes like a robot basically. When she hits 20%, she's like, and I love Scarlett Johansson. Like, the only like another positive of this movie, I saw like Scarlett Johansson for like 2 hours and she's fine. But like when she's just like robot status, robot, I'm Lucy. Blah 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 blah. It's very boring. There was no emotion. There wasn't acting. It was so plain and just. I just don't think or feel if you access all your brain, I guess, capability, you wouldn't turn into a robot, motionless robot, and in this movie you did. And Lucy like becomes like Superman or Superwoman, Wonder Woman, and gains like superpowers. Like she can fling people across the room. I thought that was really dumb. She can like when she took the drug, she like broke the laws of physics and started twitching on the ceiling, like, and that was kind of weird. And she can listen to every phone call in like the city of Taiwan, or hack by just flicking her finger, like hack phones just by moving her fingers. Like, it's kind of weird. Alright, like I mentioned before, Lucy is heartless and emotionless, and what leads to this is one of the biggest plot holes, or just things that just didn't make sense at all of whole time. Like, one of the, like, what? So, Lucy is heartless and emotionless, like I said 100 times before, and she shoots a random cab guy because he doesn't know English. Heartless. She shoots a guy on the surgery table because she needs to get surgery and she doesn't want to wait, and he was gonna die anyway. Heartless, right? But she goes to the drug kingpin's house, the guy that put the drugs in her belly that leaked, and she goes to his house. She kills all his guards that's guarding him. He's getting a tattoo. He's sitting back like this, and all she does is stab his hands. This is like the 30th minute and 40, in the movie, 35, 40 minute in the movie, and stabs his hands and walks away. If she's so emotionless and kills random people for no reason, and she has a good reason to kill this guy, and all she does is stabs his hands and leaves, and the whole movie he tries to kill her after that, it's just like, why didn't you just kill him in the first place? Now you might say, oh, well, John, she didn't kill him because there would have been no bad person in the entire movie. I'm like, okay, I totally agree with that. That's a valid reason. But why even add that scene in there? Like, that scene doesn't need to be in the movie. Like, if that scene wasn't in the movie, it'd be fine, and he would still try to hunt her because she took her drugs, and yeah, they didn't need that part. And in the trailer, I remember, you can watch the trailer now, or if you saw the movie, all the action scenes are in the trailer. Like, every action part in this entire movie is in the trailer. Granted, it's a little longer, but every action scene is in the trailer, and they, like, in the trailer, I guess they try to play it off, action, 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 and it's like, no, like, every action scene's like, I saw this in the trailer. So a lot throughout the whole movie, like, middle part of the movie, it feels really stale, from like 40% to like 70%. It's really stale, and it's like, nothing really happens. She meets a cop, she gets more drugs, and they just draw it out really long, and then when like 80%, 90%, a battle, like the final battle scene happens, and then 99%, she starts turning into black goo. Yes, black goo, and turns into a supercomputer and stuff, and goes back in time. Now, I know this is a fictional story, and it's hard to nitpick the realisticness of a fictional, a fake story, but I just don't see how, if you unlock 100% of your brain, you just go like this, like on your iPhone, back in time. I just don't see it. So she goes to the 1900s, the 1800s, the Indian days, so before the white folk became in America, the natives. She goes to the dinosaur age. She goes before dinosaur age. And this scene I really liked because I didn't like the dinosaur scene because the dinosaurs looked super fake. Jurassic Park looked really more realistic than these dinosaurs. But when they started showing the cosmos and like space and stuff, I thought that was a cool visual. I really like that part. So she keeps just swiping her finger, going back in time, and spoiler alert, and this is the end of the movie, she becomes God. Yeah, and she goes back in before the Big Bang, I guess, and just becomes God or something, like, and it's just like, you can argue it's sacrilegious or whatever, and I feel it's sacrilegious, but it's just like, Why couldn't you just go back like 2 weeks ago and take out the mafia boss? Why did you go back all the way through time? They didn't really explain why she was going back all the way back in time. All, like, literally all the way back. Like, what's the point? I have no idea. To send a text message to a cop she, was hanging out with. I am everywhere. What? In the very end, the last line, something like, "You have a life. Now you know what to do with it." This movie's last 10 minutes is one of the worst last 10 minutes of a movie I've ever seen, if not the worst I've ever seen in my entire life. It was just a clusterfuck of just like, it was bad. It was really bad. So they took a good premise like Limitless. They had a great visuals. They had great 10 minutes, but it just got so bizarre, and it was just a thing, and now it's a thing. If I had to rate this movie, honestly, I would give it a 3 out of 10. It would be lower, but there was some parts, like I said, the visuals, the first 10 minutes was really good. There's some parts I did like, but the majority, I did not like that movie. They should have just stuck like Limitless, but with Scarlett Johansson, because she's hot. I'd rather see Scarlett Johansson than Bradley Cooper. But anyway, that's my review. Comment below what you thought of Lucy. Like, am I wrong? Like, if you don't agree with me and if that's your favorite movie of all time, I'm sorry, and you haven't seen good movies, or just tell me, like, oh, whatever. Like this video, share it. What's good. Leave a like, and have a nice day.